Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. light up watching them gaming profits. While I'm still in my same big profit. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Him make profit. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? They make profit. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? They make profit. That TTG money gang. They making profit. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, folks? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Welcome to the final trading hour of the day, the final trading hour of the week. We got a witching day, so we might get some volatility here going into the close. But next week is when all the craziness begins, or continues, I should say, begins. It's been crazy all week with this banking situation. But next week is when the craziness continues with the Fed meeting. You thought this week was nuts. Wait till you get into next week when you have the Fed meeting. European Central Bank just raised by 50 basis points. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, PNC, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, they all just came to the rescue of First Republic. But is it enough? Is it enough to stabilize the banking system and stop the fear, the irrational fear of all of these deposit withdrawals out of these small regional banks that's causing a liquidity crunch and liquidity crisis as you're getting banks are borrowing from the Federal Reserve at the highest record rate since 2008? Is that enough to stabilize the banking system? The volatility in this market continues to be absolutely insane. You had a massive rally in the markets yesterday, and then today you give back most of it. Not all of it, but you gave back most of it. You gave back most of yesterday's rally so far here today. We've got about 45 minutes to go before the closing bell. The close today is going to be crucial. A close beneath the 200-day moving average today does confirm another failed rejection at that 200-day moving average. You tried to get above it yesterday. You rejected at it, and you rolled it back over, trading well beneath that 200-day moving average again now here today. The close, these last 45 minutes are going to be huge with the witching that we have going on. We have all these different futures and options and everything that are going to be expiring here today at the same time. That's going to cause some increased volume and some increased volatility going into the close. And we're going to be here with you guys live to trade through this final hour of the day. Recap some of the top trades of the day today. Long Coinbase, short Sunrun, short Enphase, top ideas, top trades today. Members hit it all across the board. Again, triple-digit gain opportunities all across the board for us. That's the type of environment that we find ourselves in today. Those were the banger ideas from the day, the banger trades of the idea. So congratulations, my TC fam. Those of you that capitalized on the Coinbase long, Enphase short, and Sunrun short was a monster of a day if you guys were trading those names with us inside of the True Trading Group chat room. Welcome, folks. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the co-founder and head trader of TTG. And if you don't know by now, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that's available to the retail trader. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place, because 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, I go live right here with myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, some which you will meet in just a moment, and special guests come on this live stream where we share with you trade ideas, trade recaps, market commentary, analysis, education, lessons, and golden nuggets that can help you become better traders immediately. So smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Find that subscribe button, smash it. Okay. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss out on any one of these live streams, because we're giving you golden nuggets of education and analysis for free on a regular daily basis. But why should you care about anything that we discuss? Guys, you're not going to get any gimmicks or tricks. I began my career working at a fund in New York City with my very first job right out of college. Then 2008 happened. The last banking crisis, the last financial crisis. This is not new to me. This is not uncharted waters to me. But during 2008, in the mix of the Great Recession, the great stock market crash, and the financial crisis, I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, and along with 9 other professional trading mods and over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of people from over 100 different countries reach their goals. We're the fastest growing and highest rated platform because we combine university level trading and investing courses similar to what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. We pair that with premium stock market tools, do live workshops, and provide individual mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, and futures for all styles of trading. We do day trading, we do swing trading. We also do long-term investing when it comes to True Trading Group. So there's something for everybody here on the TGG platform. All right. So today's going to be a really important, today's a really important day in these markets. as I'm just taking a quick check over on the SPY as we're going back up to try to test VO, trying to put in a little bit of a double bottom. So, but we're also, guys, the fastest growing and highest rated platform, because you see that university level of education, that university curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned that I worked at the fund. We pair that with premium stock market tools that are worth over $5,000 a year. These are tools that are very important to your success. These are tools that successful traders use because it gives them more information, which helps them make better decisions. Successful traders do not get their trade ideas from Reddit or Twitter. They get it from Benzinga and Quote Media and Trade Ideas and TradingView and ETNA and all of these other platforms with dark pool data, unusual options activity, and analyst ratings. These are the things that successful traders use that help them make better decisions. Okay? These are the things that everybody, these are the things that successful traders are using. Okay, so you need access to them, so we give them to you. We spend years building relationships with these companies so we can offer their products on our platform at no additional cost whatsoever. Saves you right there around $5,000 a year. You'll also get access to all of our members, of course. Our members are the most helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders you're ever going to find. And you'll get all the real-time alerts from the mods and I that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst us as a group of just around 80%, not going on the last 3 years. So again, if you're new, subscribe, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Don't miss out on any one of these live streams. We drop golden nuggets on a regular basis. Folks, to come on and help me go through and analyze with you guys the final trading hour of the day, I like to bring on one of those 9 professional trading moderators. Everybody give a big warm welcome and a huge ayo to Jessica Woodard.
Ayo.
There she is. What's up, Jess? How are you on this fine afternoon? I was going to say evening. It ain't evening yet. Afternoon. How are you? I know you're doing good because you hit a monster of a trade today.
I'm doing great.
I know you. I know you're all smiles. I know, James is excited.
He's like, so when do we go back to the keys?
Exactly. James is like, you had a good day today? All right, honey, let's go back to the keys. He wants to work on that suntan.
I know. I brought up the June meetup and he's like, oh, good. I can check out the other parts of the keys.
I said, yes, and go fishing. Yes, fantastic. Enjoy yourself, James. You've earned it.
Yes.
So crazy day today. And, I want to first touch upon this Coinbase and Bitcoin. I mean, I got to give a huge congratulations to members that were able to capitalize on this Coinbase trade. Coinbase is up 13% today. One of the top ideas in the pre-market game plan. We talked about long Coinbase at $69. That was one of the top trade ideas of the day today. The low of the day today is $69.10. If you are a member of True Trading Group and you guys capitalize on Coinbase, or if you made money today with Jess on Sunrun, or if you caught the end phase short, I want you to sound off in chat right now. Tell me how you did. I love it when the whole team hits. This is right off the pre-market game plans, guys. So every single day in True Trading Group, you are going to get a game plan and a watch list from the moderators. We are going to tell you exactly what stocks we are focusing on with the exact game plan to coincide with it. So it's not just, hey, watch Coinbase. It's, hey, guys, buying Coinbase at 69, looking for Coinbase to push to 74, 75. I did not think Coinbase was going to get to $77 today. Okay, so if you asked me pre-market, hey, Mike, if 69 is the long, where do you think we get to? I would not have said 77. I would have said like that 74, 75. But we just recently, a couple of minutes ago, just broke through that $75 level. And now you're getting even more follow through on Coinbase. This is an absolute monster of a move surrounding these cryptos. Here we go. There's we go. Over 100% gain on Coinbase call options for Derek. I told you we've been hitting triple-digit gains on a regular basis here inside True Trading Group. There it is. Flying low, 40% gain on Enphase, 150% for Justin Q. We got money making on Only Us We Trust. Hit the Coinbase trade. Fantastic. Coinbase for Todd. Way to go. Trisha hit the Sunrun trade. Yes. Way to go, Donovan. 195 short Enphase all the way down to 184. Made a few $1,000, says Rican on Enphase. Oh, man, absolutely incredible. 100% gain for my boy Jimmy Benson playing Riot. Not even Coinbase, but playing Riot. Just, same type of idea, looking long crypto here as Bitcoin has been absolutely on. Wow, Keith. 520% gain on put options for Keith. That's same day expiration options, Keith, I assume. So congratulations on that one. Over 100% gain for Mo on the end phase trade, 415 up to 840. 100% for Susie. I mean, this 100% by Jane on the Sun Run trade with Jess. Guys, this is wow. Look at this 50% gain on the SPY. Great job today, guys. Really, 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 really great job. I love to see the whole team hit. My boy Bruce caught end phase as well. Nigel hit end phase and Sun Run. Unbelievable day today, guys. Congratulations, all of you that were able to capitalize on this price action. Same thing with MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is up 13.5%. Coinbase is up 13%. The Bitcoin rally is continuing. The BITO ETF, BITO, that's an ETF that tracks Bitcoin. And you can see that thing is ripping over the last week and a half from $12 all the way now up to 16.5 as Bitcoin continues to push. But a monster day there for some of these crypto trades. But then we got to turn over to these solar stocks. You know, solar stocks trade of the day today. Short some of these names, and Jess hit an absolute monster out of the park on Sun Run. And I'll go full screen for you guys. And Jess, if you want to start to kind of go over this Sun Run trade with people and kind of recap the action from the day today and what made you get short this thing, because I know we were both looking at end phase and watching end phase to crack that huge support level at 200. And once that level cracked, it kind of gave us the green light to go ahead and look short the whole solar sector. And you identified Sun Run and went after it. So I want to talk us through kind of your mindset there on that short with Sun Run, recap the trade, and kind of give me some insight into what you think happens from here.
Yeah, so actually Sunrun was one of my top ideas pre-market this morning. And I told members I wanted to see us stay below 1925.
Yeah. It'll look like shit.
I wanted to see us stay below 1925 this morning. And right off the bell, on my other screen, I had up FSLR and end phase. And right off the bell, end phase broke a huge level of support as well as FSLR. So the level for end phase was that 198 level. That's what I was watching. I know 200 is another level that Chai talks about a lot because this is Chai's baby. But the 197 was the level I was watching. And we broke that with massive volume. And then I looked over at FSLR, and this was about 10 minutes later. FSLR had broke the $200 level. So I immediately was like, okay, I'm not going to get the 1925 I'm looking for on Sunrun. Like, yeah. That's not happening. So I had to readjust my game plan. And I came on the mic and I told members I was looking for a bounce back. This was like around 10 o'clock. I was looking for a bounce back on run into the previous day's close that also aligned with the 32 fib. You have trade line, you had VWAP sitting there.
Previous days low, right?
Low. Yeah. So I told them I wanted to see a bounce back up into that level. And we got it. But you see, if you zoom in there, where that tail, yep. Okay, so there's a big wick there, and when we pushed up there, sellers immediately pushed it down. So I got short that very next candle in Sunrun at 1810 was my entry. And I told members if we break up above that wick, then I'll stop out of the trade. First take profit was at the low of day, and literally it went right to low of day right after I entered the trade. So 2 minutes later, I took profit at 1784. And then we broke low of day and I took more profit at 1784. I told members I wanted to take another piece of profit through the low of day. And then honestly, the next support was like 1750 area. So I was very comfortable in this trade at this point because I had already had 2 take profits off the table. And I came on the mic and told members that I had moved my stop loss down just above VWAP because I was in the driver's seat on this trade. We also slayed Sunrun yesterday too. So like this is day 2 for us.
You're just beating this damn thing up.
This is what I tend to do. Like I abused stocks for a while, and then I'm like, I better like move on to the next one.
I abused stocks for a while. I like this. You're so violent.
Which is crazy because I'm such a mommy. So like in the stock, it's just another world for me. But anyway, we broke that 1750, and I took more profit at 1713. And then I'm still holding about 20% of that position. Now, the reason I took profit at 1713, maybe Mike could take it back to a daily chart, but that is massive support. I think at like 1680, somewhere on that level was May's lows.
Yep, right
If you
there.
go even further back to the left, there's support there. So I wanted to make sure that I was completely out of bulk of my position at that point. Which is exactly what I did. And now I'm just sitting on the rest of that trade to see if we get further downside. So
Excellent. Excellent trade. So here you guys can see there's the entry on the short. There's the stop loss in red. And then here are your take profits as we roll this off. This is beautiful trading. You guys can see, I mean, you take a look at, you want to talk about risk reward. So here is the risk. Okay, so here's the risk in red. Right, there's your risk, and here is your profit. So when you want to start looking at risk reward trade setups, just compare the size of these two candles. So here's your risk, and there's your potential reward on this trade. So people always talk about, right? People always talk about, when you're trading, you want to get at least, 2 to 1, right? People talk about 2 to 1. Well, what's better than 2 to 1? Here's 2 to 1. Here's 3 to 1. And now you're talking about almost a 4 to 1 risk reward trade. And that's absolutely incredible. And this is what trading is all about. So this is how you're able to have bigger wins than losses. Your winning trades should be bigger than your losing trades. And that's how you guys will be able to become consistently profitable. But where people struggle is the opposite of this. Their losses are this big and their wins are this big. And that's the exact opposite of the way that you guys are supposed to be trading. Having the patience to wait for and identify setups like this, where you can get tremendous follow through, right? And you're able to get into trades close to your stop losses. That's how you're able to get these bigger wins and have these wins be much bigger than your losses. Okay, that's how you're able to do it. So, being patient, waiting, being a sniper in the grass, and capitalizing on this action was just a beautiful trade. So, congratulations.
It was textbook because that's a bear flag bounce back into VWAP trade line, previous day's close, 38 to like you had so many things there. And when we broke up through that level and immediately pushed it down, that's when I like that. I would take that trade every day of the week because like Mike is talking about, your risk reward on this trade is massive. I mean, the next big support level after I entered the trade was 17. And I mean, I took profit in between there, but it's kind of crazy because we go over this stuff pre-market, and a few members messaged me too about the Coinbase trade because actually that was my second idea on my watch list. So when you went over yours, I was like, of course he's watching Coin. I was actually looking for 68 on Coin, and so a lot of members said that they jumped in it there at that low of Coin. I think it was like 69.50 or something like that was the low. But they jumped in there and they said that they've been riding that trade all day. So it's super cool. Like today has been a big day. Yesterday was a big day. And it's just cool, like to see members taking our ideas and using them and like trading them. And we're not even in most of those ideas. I mean, I give 5 or 6 ideas a day, and members even told me they were in snow short today. And I'm like, oh, I haven't even looked at snow because I was so busy with the Sunrun trade. But yeah, they said they capitalized on that too. So it's really cool to see, the diversity and all of the different things people can trade.
Absolutely. And I think, we put the mods and I, or at least in True Trading, we put such an emphasis on education. We put such an emphasis on understanding the why. It's like when you join True Trading Group, we're not just like a chat room that is going to just say, buy here, sell here. right? We do tell you when we buy and when we sell and where we're selling and everything else, but we will also, give you the why. Like, okay, this is why we're looking to get short at this price point. This is why we're looking to get long, or why we're buying calls or put options or whatever, right? These are the whys, so that members can actually understand what the thought process is, so you can start identifying your own trade setups, or sometimes sometimes even get into trades that the moderators don't even get into. Because like Jess said, we'll give you a bunch of the ideas, like our list of our top ideas for the day, but we may not enter every single one of those ideas. Like if we have like 3, 4, 5 different top ideas in the day, we might only execute 2 or 3 of them, and we can't trade everything, right? It's not like we can go ahead and trade, every single stock that's moving. But we'll always give you that game plan and give you that watch list, so you understand, okay, we're going to be looking to buy here, short here, sell here, take profits here, stop loss here. So you know exactly what the whole thought process and game plan is, so you guys can profit on it and capitalize from it. And you saw a lot of that in the markets today from a lot of the other ideas that were issued. And I think that's just a testament to the education, and it's a testament to members that are having success, that are making money, that are becoming better traders. And you guys don't have to take my word for it. I actually would like to ask members of TTG real quick, if you guys are members of True Trading Group and you're making money, you're becoming better traders, just go ahead and type the $ in chat right now. I'd like to see firsthand, I'd like to see from you guys specifically, if you're making money now with True Trading Group. I'd like to see it. So why don't you sound off and type the $ inside chat. Now, if you're not a member of True Trading Group, you guys can just go ahead and you guys can look and see for yourself how many people are typing the $ right here. These are members of True Trading Group, folks. These are people that are just like you. They had all the same hurdles, the same excuses, small accounts, full-time job, lost money in the market before, yet here they are, no experience, right? All the same excuses, but yet here they are now telling you they're actually making money. And that's a testament to the education and the learning that goes on, the development that goes on. That's how these people are able to finally reach their goals. It's not about the next mother of all short squeeze. It's about really learning how I learned professionally, being trained by traders on Wall Street, to learn the proper way so you can execute trade ideas and you can capitalize on what is the most volatile and opportunistic filled market that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, I didn't learn on Wall Street, but I learned from Michael Edward here in my living room. So
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you guys, a lot of people, you guys may not know this. I know you probably see Jess come on here a bunch and kind of recap her trades, but just a couple of years ago, Jess started out brand spanking new, didn't even know what VWAP was. And now she's a full-time trading moderator at True Trading Group, and someone that you have all learned or have all grown to love and to follow and to look up to and to ask questions and to learn from. And if you look back at, where she was just, just 2.5 years, right?
Yep.
About just 2.5 years ago. And you look at how far she's come, that's the real potential behind when you actually get educated the right proper way. It's not luck, right? You don't have to, work on Wall Street. You don't have to, graduate from some fancy Ivy League school in order to be able to do this stuff. It's a complete fallacy, but you just have to learn it the proper way and be willing to, be motivated enough to learn a new skill that can help you guys become successful traders. And Jess is a testament to that. And she's become someone that a lot of you now look up to, and you would probably think she's been trading for over a decade, and that's not the case. So for those of you that are out there that might still be struggling, or if you're starting off completely fresh and brand new, your goals are a lot closer than you think.
Yeah, this is, I mean, when I joined True Trading Group, I never expected to be sitting here, but like the education taught me how to be a pro trader. Like it's point blank, like my dedication and the time that I invested into learning how to trade, and all of the information and the courses and the help, honestly, the chat room, like I remember asking questions like, hey, is this a bear flag or is this a TTG triangle? And members would be like, not quite, but like, this is what it would look like. And that was a huge help to get that on-demand advice and just other opinions from different types of traders. Like, I don't think I ever could have come this far if it weren't for True Trading Group. So, I mean, I even think it's crazy looking back at my journal. Like, here I am teaching other people, having one-on-ones. It's super cool.
Awesome. I absolutely love it. I'm just, yeah, Jess. I mean, I'm so proud of the strides that you've made, and you worked your butt off, and it shows, and it really, really, really shows. It's something that, when you think about where you are, just like 2.5 years in, it's like you think about, well, where are you going to be in 5 years, right? Like 5 years in, and you start to get like really excited. You see like how far you've come now, and I think it's really good for people to kind of realize that it's not, like I said, I think their goals are a lot closer within reach than people may think.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we've got another. Okay, let's see how this. We got another one of our mods that is going to come on and attempt to explain his trades, as he's been kind of on a little bit of a hot streak here. Like I said, guys, it's not just myself. It's not just Jess. There are 9 of us with you during every trading session. We all have different styles of trading, and everybody give a big shout out and a big ayo to the Wolf.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Well, talk to us, man. You've been on a bit of a streak here right now. We got 43% gain on Majestic Silver. I think 30% gain on Bank of America. You're ripping up the SPY.
Yeah, AG was my hedge. So I was in 410 June puts on the SPY, February 12th, and in those at 14, out of those at 26, and silver got smashed. And now the hedge, I feel, I'm having my cake and eating it, because I got into 2025 $7 calls, and I've got $8 2024 calls also. Yesterday I was in Bank of America, took 30% on that, got out, it pulled back, rolled those back into 2024 28 calls, closer strike, using the profit as my insurance. And then yesterday, beat up the SPY all morning, and then it went against me, stopped out of the remainder of my position, and then got into a better strike. And we took profit like 5 times yesterday, 5 times the day before, got into a better strike, 2 more weeks, and moved $3 up into 392 June 30th. 1504 was the last entry, and they were printing close to 18 today, got out, and now just waiting, because the volatility in the market is just kind of nuts. And rather than try and fight it, especially on quad witch, I'm looking for lower volatility things, and some of the things like banks, especially Bank of America, which when the dust settles is going to be a bigger institution. And with all the uncertainty right now, you're starting to see metals, make a little bit of a move. So I'm capitalizing off of that also.
Awesome. All right. Well, what positions do you still have open?
I still have First Majestic Silver open. I still have Bank of America open. And I am out of SPY puts.
Okay. So final profits off on the SPY puts. You're in AG calls and Bank of America calls.
Correct.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Are you, with the AG calls, is that like, I know it's silver, but like, do you follow gold with that at all? Or like, what was kind of the...
Well, so I've traded AG a lot. And, I set an alert for every time it hits $7, because there's a lot of support. And when I got into it, kind of bad luck, because I did an offering the next day. But because I had so much time, I tiered in. So I had my tier 1 position, and my tier 2, I had said when I got into it, was, hey, I'm going to wait and see if this thing goes to around 650, because I know there's a ton of support there. And that's where I really want to, take my position. And so I go, I'm buying a little here, just to be in. You could probably get a better price than me, which was accurate. And then the thing ended up going to 6, like the next day. So we ended up getting into that. And then, it was just kind of trading sideways for a little bit. And then it just kind of took off. I don't know. I like the reason, because I get this question a lot by members, well, if you like gold and silver, why not get into like, Barrick or GLD? And, especially on like GLD, that's $177 stock, right?
184 now.
Oh, 184.
Yeah. Big day today.
Yeah, I already have a gold position in a private company, but two, AG is so cheap and it kind of trades, in this really like consistent range. A dollar, $2, $3 move on it isn't crazy, and I can buy a lot of time on that contract. So whereas like if I'm playing GLD and I'm buying like 300 days on an option, like the contract can cost me, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 per. Whereas on AG, my $7 2025 calls, which were $1, not even, they were like 85 cents out of the money, cost me $1.77. And we were taking profit at 243 today. So yeah, it's, I like being able to be in that with time.
Right.
And also AG is one of those things where, I mean, minus them doing an offering, which that's the first time that's happened, it's not going to sneak up on you and all of a sudden, you're going to get this massive gap down. So it's manageable. And I find that on these cheaper things where I can get a ton of time and I don't mind sitting, I could manage the position for a long time, similar to what we did with Carnival and some of the other, like US Steel, like something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, with everything that's been going on with the banking situation, there's been a real flight to safety.
Yeah.
And that's been really sending gold skyrocketing. I mean, gold seems to be on a one-way path to 2000. And I mean, just a massive move in the GLD and in gold, as people are the worries and the increased, the increased possibility over the last week or so of a recession. The odds of recession have gone up since everything's been going on with the banking system. And that has seen a flock to safety into gold, and gold has just been absolutely exploding.
Yeah, the liquidity, M2, like liquidity in the market has been dropping consistently for months, and people haven't really paid attention to that, which is why you're starting to see these, little cracks turn into these huge fissures. Yesterday, or in the last week, we saw that the Fed's balance sheet went up $300 billion in a week, and people thought, people yesterday were saying, "Oh, it's QE. QE is back. Let's buy calls." But no, it's not QE. It's just a game of like three-card Monte, and them moving things around, them buying some of these assets in some of these banks via like the FDIC or what. I mean, it's kind of crazy, and there's nothing bullish about it. And but again, if the market thinks it's bullish, maybe for a day you get this wild up move, kind of like the one we had yesterday. So, it's one of those things where, for me anyway, because I'm not a technical trader, boring is sometimes better, and it keeps me, just from going crazy, because, any given day, whether you're in puts or calls, you're like, the chart says, "Oh, I'm right. We're going to go test 400." And, all of a sudden you're down 2%. You're like, what happened? So, it's kind of one of those things where, just being cautious is better. And I think a lot of the members have benefited from that.
Yeah, I still, somebody had asked me in the live stream yesterday if the rally that we saw yesterday means we're out of the bear markets. And I was like, no, no, don't, definitely not. I just, I still believe that we're headed down to, I think our next stop is the high 370s, which is the support level. I'll just take you guys to the daily chart. which is this support level. You've been on our live streams for the last 1 to 2 weeks or so. I've been talking about this level really being my target. And what I keep looking at here is the rejections off of these moving averages, the 100 and 200-day moving averages that was a level of support previously. This zone right here just continues to act as resistance. And people got very excited yesterday when we got over the 200-day and over the 100-day. But when you come into the day today and you are immediately back underneath it, from a technical standpoint, when you take a look at a daily chart, that is a failed break over the 200 and 100-day moving average. And that takes you now right back down into the formation of a bit of a bear flag. And that's what you're starting to see. You're starting to see this uptrend support line here, and you're starting to see this little bit of a bear flag, and you guys can see this down move, and then here comes your bear flag. And then what you would look for would be a breakdown underneath that trend line to take you down into this level, not in one day like this, but this is the area that I think we're going to head down to. And it really all comes down to right now, the markets right now are trading around this banking situation. They're not even really focused on inflation. The markets have to feel that the banking situation is under control and that the problem is plugged. We've been talking a lot over the last couple of weeks, or the last week and a half since this whole banking situation has happened, about how this is not the same as 2008. They are very, very different. I was on Wall Street working at a fund during 2008. This is not 2008. And does it mean that it's just something you sweep under the rug? No, there are some issues there, obviously, but I think that what you saw, the lending programs that were issued by the Fed, I think that, seeing these other banks come together to give a $30 billion deposit into First Republic, it showed, and then the European Central Bank giving you a 50 basis point rate hike in the face of Credit Suisse almost, going under. These are things that show you the people at the very top of the pyramid. It shows you what their thoughts are on the shape of the banking system. If there was real concerns over systemic risk of European bank failures, the European Central Bank's not going to raise 50 basis points. If there was real concerns about liquidity crisis amongst a systemic issue in the banking system, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citigroup, PNC, they would not have pooled capital together and deposited $30 billion into First Republic. They would have held on to that liquidity themselves. So, when I look at this, these are things that did not happen during 2008. 2008 was the collateral issue that was systemic amongst all banks. This is an issue of liquidity and bank runs on some of your smaller banks, and people are taking deposits out of the smaller banks and putting them into the larger banks. So it is a very different scenario. It's not systemic, worldwide to every single bank like it was in 2008. Very big difference. But again, it doesn't mean that it's something you just sweep under the rug. It could be something that does take the markets its next leg lower. As like I said, I'm looking for those high 370s, and with the Fed meeting next week, anything goes. Anything goes.
Yeah, I mean, like that 374 area that we came to in late December. I remember we snapped off of that, but yeah, you have all these intersections of all these moving averages right now, and it's just like you have to expect just crazy volatility. But with regards to the banks, I also don't think that it's just Jamie Dimon and the rest of the top crew being altruistic. Look, they're going to get a good deal on these, and these banks are going to get stronger, just like 2008.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And honestly, right now I'm super bearish the market, but I bought Bank of America the other day for my long term, and I haven't owned a bank since late 2022. So yeah, I think it's some of these things hey, I'm all for this move and this panic, because some of these banks are coming down below book value or at book value.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mind buying them here, because in 2 years, 3 years, I'd rather start the clock on them now.
When the crisis is here and everyone's freaking out. JP Morgan just named First Republic a top pick. So you want to talk about that. First Republic is at $23. A week and a half ago, it was $120 stock. A week and a half ago, it was $120. Now it's $23.
Yeah,
and JP Morgan's naming it a top pick. Now, JP Morgan, before they even came to the rescue, Jamie Dimon got together with Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen on Tuesday, and they coordinated the rescue plan where Jamie Dimon got all the other bank CEOs together and was like, hey, let's pool capital together with the help of Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen, and let's drop $30 billion into First Republic to add to their liquidity. He organized that. But prior to that move, JP Morgan established a lending facility for First Republic to give them access to $70 billion. That's important to note because JP Morgan was approached to buy Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank before they closed. JP Morgan was approached to buy them. They said no. So it's not like JP Morgan is just going around throwing money anywhere. They had the chance in Silicon Valley. They said, no, thank you. We don't want any part of that. But then they come here and they give a $70 billion lending facility to First Republic. And then they organize a $30 billion deposit into First Republic. And then the analyst from JP Morgan names First Republic a top pick today. So there's something there. Now, First Republic is one of the highest default risk banks that's out there. Default risk on First Republic is like 27%. That's very, very, very high. Okay. Credit default swap premiums are spiking, on, Credit Suisse, and you see First Republic. That means that investors are thinking that you have the possibility of the bank failing. But if they don't, you're talking about a massive buying opportunity on a company like First Republic. But right now it's very high risk. And the analysts even cited very high risk, very high reward. They cited that in their report. Hey, this is very high risk, but if it works out, it's very high reward. And you just gotta decide if the risk is worth it, if the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah, it's one of those where that's a situation where I'll just go and I'll buy a leap.
Right.
I'll buy like a $40, $50 leap.
Yeah, $40, $50 leap. Sometime
mid 2024 or 2025. And I don't have to buy a lot. I buy like one. Okay, great. I've got positioning. If that thing goes to 100, that contract will go 500,000%, depending on how quick,
Yeah.
And, and then I just take the profit and roll it into another bank.
Yeah. Or if you really want to own it for the long term, you can exercise the option at 45 or $50, and now you've got this beautiful equity position that you're already double your money on.
Yeah. Yeah. These banks are going to kill it on this deal. There, Jamie Dimon and the rest of the usual suspects are just like, yeah, like we're going to get some of these assets, pennies on the dollar. Like the Silicon Valley Bank is really interesting just because of the amount of startups and stuff in there. Like, I don't know how that's going to work out, but who knows? Yeah. Who knows what gems are in that trove of garbage?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this whole thing pans out. I mean, the anxiety going into the weekend is very apparent today because you get a lot of banking news over the weekend. So regulators, central bankers, and obviously your bankers are going to be working all weekend. And, if you remember with Silicon Valley, with Signature, all that news happened over the weekend. So banking related news all happens over the weekend. And I would not be the least bit surprised to see a big piece of news come out over the weekend, whether it's good or bad. I don't know. This is a very fluid situation. You have to just absorb this information as it unfolds and react to it. You're getting a very weak close. I see one of our mods, Geo, is on the live stream right now.
Hey guys, I just took final take profit on the run short at 17.29. Alert coming.
Very nice. Congrats, Jess. Congrats on that one. I also see one of our other mods, Geo. I see Geo shorting the crap out of the SPY off of that VWAP indicator. You guys see VWAP has been a very big level of resistance for us so far the entire afternoon. You got there and tested at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then 3:30. And Geo just keeps buying put options off of that VWAP indicator. So Geo, I see you in chat lighting it up. Geo is a scalper. He's one of our moderators in True Trading Group, and he just scalps the SPY, all day long. And we have all different trading styles at True Trading Group. We have traditional day traders. whose trades last several hours. You have swing traders whose trades last days to weeks, and you have Geo who's in and out within, just a couple of minutes. So really just fantastic little scalping off of VWAP there for Geo and all the traders that we have in TT that are following along with that. So there's the bell, folks. We're closed. It is a weak close. Okay, that is a weak close. We are now closing well underneath that 200-day moving average. So there is a rejection off of that. What I'm looking for, and again, this is going to be based on, what happens over the weekend. There's going to be news over the weekend, I'm sure of it. But this right now still looks like a bear flag setup to me, and I still am targeting the high 370s as my target. But next week is the Fed meeting, right? So Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be getting
real quick, sorry to interrupt you. Jason, I believe, has to go because he's with his family in the Keys. And he's also right? Did you not tell me that or no?
Oh, the guy that, yeah.
You told me that you have a podcast and that you're with your family in the Keys.
I have a podcast?
You don't have a podcast?
This is the podcast.
Understood.
What are you talking about?
You said you had a podcast.
Who did I say that to? I said that to you?
Yeah.
Did you hallucinate this?
All right. I was trying to.
I heard you say that too, Jason, earlier, but you must have been talking to someone that.
I was trying to help you.
I was saying it because I was walking around the house to get better Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm in the Keys, and I'm in Almirada, the House of Celsius, and that's it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for having me. It's been great. See you guys later.
Awesome, great trading, Wolf.
As that was all going on, the only comment I saw was Geo's that said the witches won.
Oh man, yeah, Geo's been just scalping like crazy off that VWAP indicator, man. Scalping like crazy off of it. But like what I was saying, guys, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening, I'm going to go over the whole game plan for the week. We'll talk about the Federal Reserve, and we'll go over whatever banking news we're going to get. I'm sure there will be news over the weekend. Okay, so I'm going to be paying very close attention.
When is
Wednesday?
Wednesday is the Fed meeting?
Yep.
Jess, you're good on time, or you gotta bounce?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So Wednesday is the Fed meeting, yes?
Yes.
All right. And then we have the live stream at 8:30. I mean, I just, it's such a crazy environment that you think to yourself, how long can this really keep going like this?
It won't go on like this forever, but it ain't going anywhere yet.
I mean, how many triple-digit gains were there in chat this week?
Dude, I honestly, I don't know.
A lot. 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But this is the volatility that's out. This is the volatility and the opportunity that's out there. It's unlike any environment that I've ever seen. There's only been really 2 instances in my entire career where volatility was what it is. And that was the 2008 crash. And then that was the COVID crash and the ensuing, aftermath, which is what we're living in now.
And then there was that one time where you and I gave stimulus out in Vegas for a week. That was pretty volatile.
What?
I'm trying not to laugh, Michael.
I gotta tell you, Jessica's doing such a good job because I have said some wild shit in that private chat backstage, and she has not cracked, not once, dude, until right now.
I've held it together quite well. I will give
Jess, I am so impressed with you because you guys don't know this because you can't see it. But there's a whole backstage to this, and there's a private chat. I am constantly trying to get them to break character and laugh.
For a second, there was another Jessica Woodward backstage. So
It was me. Oh yeah, today I changed my name to Jessica Woodard, and started telling Mike how to run the stream.
It was great.
It was pretty funny.
He totally fell for it. Can you see the look on his face?
Oh yeah, totally. As soon as it came through, I was like, as soon as I read the message, and I was like, yeah, that's Adam.
But like,
James Herrera says, so what's a good stock to buy right now? Mike, can we just give them crap penny stocks when they ask questions like that?
No.
Are you sure?
I couldn't. I don't even know a crap penny stock to. I don't even know.
I'll look one up. I'll do like eeny miny mo on otcmarkets.com.
Yeah, I don't even know a crap penny stock to give them. Listen. James. I've been really focused long on these crypto names. Some of our top ideas for the week were long on crypto because of the rally that you've seen in Bitcoin and the massive drop that you've seen in interest rates. And Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Riot, Mar, all these stocks have had very significant moves to the upside. They are getting a bit, I'd say they're getting a bit overbought now. To be buying them now, I'd say you're getting kind of close to the top end of the range. But I'm looking for Coinbase to get into the 80s. You do have a resistance over here around this 75, 76. But if you can clear that, I'm looking for a move to like 85, 84. I think there's a little bit more runway on Coinbase. It was at the top of my game plan today. It's been on the list all week. We were long it on Tuesday, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. We were long Coinbase, and just looking for some more upside there. It's been a huge runner. So I think that there could be a little bit more upside. I'm going to look for, maybe pullback buys in like the low 70s and see if this thing could get to like 84, 85. But you got to pay attention to Bitcoin with it over the weekend.
We're going to be so bored without all this volatility.
I got to tell you, that's the stuff that keeps me up at night, man, is like a lot of people started trading over the past 3 years. But before that, it wasn't like this. You couldn't just turn on your computer and find volatility anywhere you looked. The SPY didn't do what it does now. So, what do you do? It's good that it's here for now. Hopefully it stays for a while.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be here still for a little while. It's just not going to be here forever. I think once you get into like 2024, 2025, that volatility will have subsided. But what I think people need to realize and understand is that if you learn in this environment where the volatility is at its peak, if you learn in this environment and you're able to, control your emotions in this environment, you're able to, put in proper stop losses and give the stocks the room that they need, and you're disciplined taking profits when your targets are reached. If that's the case, if you learn in this environment, which is a more of an advanced and higher volatility environment, then when the volatility slows down, you're gonna find trading a lot easier right now. You'll find it a lot easier. Okay, because right now with this level of volatility, support and resistance levels really get tested. Like if you look at, I'll just give you an example, like this Coinbase chart, right? This 100-day moving average, this pink line on my screen, that's a level of support. You can see previously in January is resistance. You finally broke above it. And then ever since you broke above that 100-day moving average, it became support, and then it became support. But if you really zoom in and you look at this 100-day moving average on the 13th, the 100-day is $53. It went all the way down to 51. Back above it, and then rallied. So as you learn in this environment and you learn how to identify, entry points and your stop losses, support levels are being tested deeply. Like you're getting into these support levels and they're really testing your resolve, and they're testing your patience, they're testing your discipline, and then they're reversing. When markets are this volatile, you have a much higher chance of getting stopped out and the stock then continuing in the direction without you, which I'm sure you've all dealt with, which I'm sure frustrates the hell out of every single person on this live stream. But when the volatility slows down, these levels get tested much less. So instead of the 53 support level getting all the way down to 51 before it reverses, the 53 support level gets to 52.50 and then reverses. So if you're able to navigate this environment now and have stop losses in the proper areas, then when the volatility does slow, you become a much better trader because you're used to this volatility.
And a much more bored trader.
Oh my gosh. I hope that my one-on-one is here listening to you, Mike, because legit, verbatim, every word you're saying, we talked about on our one-on-one yesterday.
Awesome.
You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. Right now, True Trading Group as a company has been killing it this entire time for the past 3 years because the volatility is insane and there's so many people that get into the stock market. But things are going to go back to normal and people are going to get bored. And I'm going to have to start shooting videos with Mike and his McLaren.
Oh, please no.
And I'm not looking forward to it.
I really don't want to do that.
But I just want you to know that I think it may have to happen at some point. But just know that he didn't make that money he didn't get that car from trading. He got it from promoting stocks many years ago. I know you're going to type me now. I know. I get it. But everyone
you're just stupid.
You're stupid.
Man.
Oh, stupid's a bad word, guys.
Wow.
Why?
Bad word, guys. The kids are home. You can't say stupid.
Sorry.
Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about anything market related?
Hey, Mike, how about that Roblox trade? It got us. I was looking for 46 myself, and it went to 45.57 or 47 or something like that.
Right on the button. Right on the button. I mean, it's like, So this is a level that we've been looking at here on Roblox. I mean, it's a pretty wide resistance zone. It's like, 46, up to, I'd say 46 up to 47. And we're getting up into that zone. You guys look at my screen right now. This is just a daily chart. This is a daily chart of Roblox. And when you take a look, you'll see resistance, you'll see resistance, you'll see resistance. And once again, you see resistance, right? So you guys see all of these levels of resistance that are up here on Roblox. And honestly, I think that pullback could take you all the way back to 42. And 42 is going to be this previous little resistance level that you had here. That was established for about a week and a half. And I think that you can at least get back down to 42. So we're going to watch that area up there also for a pretty big resistance level. But you also have, and it's a similar pattern to Apple, where you have this really big inverse head and shoulders, where you can see this resistance over here. But then as you look here, you have left shoulder, you have the head, and then you have the right shoulder. And then here's your neckline at 46. So a break through this would give you a runway all the way to like 53, which would take you up to this level, right? So here would be then your next levels of resistance. So you guys can see all of this, right? You guys can see all of this resistance that's back here. So that would be your next zone if you're able to actually break through this level. So the first attempt at it, we are looking short off of it since we're also kind of bearish on the market and looking for the overall market to move to the downside. So that's why we're kind of looking for the resistance levels to hold. But if you get some type of crazy, banking resolution over the weekend that causes a big gap up in the markets, then that's where you have to start thinking about resistance levels breaking. Okay, so if we're bullish on the overall market as a whole, you look for support levels to hold, you look for resistance levels to break, right? But if you're bearish in the markets, look for support levels to break, look for resistance levels to hold. And then you can look for relative strength and relative weakness off of that. And that's, kind of how you go about identifying your trade ideas and really formulating your game plans and trying to get yourself into high probability setups. And that's what trading is all about.
Honestly, too, that 42 is a big level. And on the daily chart, that's also your daily trend line sits there now. So that's what I'm looking for, is for 42 to hold. And then if the market bounces next week, like let's say we have a down day on Monday and we pull into 42, I'm looking for a bounce off of that level. And then if, like Mike is saying, if the market bounces from there, you look for a breakthrough 46 because you would then look for your support level to hold.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm looking for going in the next week.
Exactly. Yeah, same. I'm also looking at some of these banks. Obviously, like the ones I like for longs, I like Charles Schwab. This level here in the mid 50s looks like a really nice support level for Charles Schwab. I'm looking for this thing long to get back to 60. And then, if we break 60, you have a little bit of resistance up to like 61, 62. But if you break that, you could see this stock climb back to the upside. Charles Schwab is in a, I think, a much better situation than some of these other regional banks. And I think that if the dust does start to settle, I do think you're going to get a significant move to the upside back there on Charles Schwab. And if you look at, I'll take it to a 3-minute chart. 15-minute, make it easier on your eyes. And I'll just start to draw this level out for you guys. This level is a damn nice one, right? You see this level I just drew here, right around this 54 to 55, and you'll see the previous resistance level there on the 13th. And ever since then, ever since that day, you've had support, 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 right? This level is holding very, very strong. So you look for there to be some type of resolution. If there's any positive news surrounding the banks, Charles Schwab is one of the ones that I would want to be long. And you have a resistance level here at 60. So remember we talked about the resistance level at 60. Where does that come from? There's your previous support. And then you'll see all of a sudden resistance. And then you'll see all of a sudden the resistance. So if you get through 60, then your next stop, and this is how I identify my profit targets. There's your next stop, 64.5, right? There's your support level. Once you broke it, then it became resistance. There's your next stop. So it's like long at 54, 55, take profits off at 60, take profits off at 64. And then you see if you start to climb back and start to regain a lot of this drop that you've seen. These are some of the stocks that we're going to have on our watch list for next week. I like Charles Schwab for the long. If there's a positive news headline on the banks, I'm also looking at Zion, Zion. You can see a nice little support level here on Zion over the last couple of days, right at this $28 level. There's your $28 level support. So like if that can hold, you can look for a move. That has upside. Resistance levels right here around 37, double top. Then you have a gap fill at 40, and then you have structure up here at 42. And those are going to be the profit targets, long off 28, profits off 37, 40, 42. And that's how we'll look to be trading Zion and Charles Schwab. Those are the banks I'd want to be long. If there's positive news surrounding the banks.
Is that for next week?
Yeah, these are just things we're looking at for next week and for people talking and looking at for the banks. So these are some of the things that you guys can have on your watch list, but it all depends what's the news over the weekend. There will most likely be news over the weekend. Okay, so depending on what happens over the weekend, we will adjust these game plans for next week. And then 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, that's when I'm going to talk about the whole game plan. Once all the news comes out, we can analyze it. We can talk about, is this bullish? Is this bearish? As we start to prepare for Monday, Tuesday trading action, because then Wednesday is the Fed day. So I'm going to treat next week kind of in two different parts. Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to trade based on bank.
You want to maybe tell them this exact idea on Sunday, or?
I'm not giving the idea yet. I'm telling you that. So over the weekend, we're going to use whatever news comes out to formulate the game plan Monday, Tuesday. And then Wednesday's Fed day, and we'll trade Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off of what happens with the Fed. So we're going to break it up into two different parts. Part one, we're going to discuss Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. So that's how we're going to kind of go about, getting into our, getting prepared for next week.
I legit just talked to myself for like a solid minute.
Your mic was off?
Yeah, my mic was muted. So I legit just talked to myself for a while. But will you pull up Docu really quick too? Because I wanted to talk about this in chat before I came on the stream, just didn't have a second. So on DocuSign, we broke through 58. And if you look on Mike's screen there, that lines up with your 200-day moving average. That's the yellow line on his screen. If we hold 58 on Monday and the market bounces, I'm looking for a long on DocuSign up to 60, which is your 50-day moving average. And then if we break through 60, I'm looking for 62 and then 64, which is your gap fill. So this is an idea that I have on the top of my list. Like Mike is saying, it kind of depends on what happens with this whole banking situation and what we open at on Monday. But this is an idea for the long side that I'm going to be closely watching to see if we can hold that 58. So you guys can add that to your watch list too.
Yeah. Yeah, those are actually very clear levels. Very clear levels. 50-day moving average, previous resistance, and then a gap fill. So very clear levels there for DocuSign. Yeah, guys, we'll talk about all this in detail Sunday evening once we see what the futures market's doing and once we see what the news is around the banking industry. We'll adjust these game plans and we'll go over exactly what the plan of attack is. So join us 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the True Trading Group YouTube channel. We're going to go live there. Let me see how many people are with us right now on the live stream that are not members of True Trading Group. How many people are on the live stream right now that are not members of True Trading? Just go ahead and type the letters TTG. I want to see who's on here that is not a member of True Trading Group. There, just go ahead and type TTG for those of you that are not members. We got B-Me, we got Lady Leo, we got Lucas, Dan, JT, Steve, Lynn, Melage, doing the trial. Oh, nice, Alliance. Alliance is doing the trial. Are you enjoying your trial, Alliance? Excellent. All right, so guys, listen up. So all of you that are typing the letters TTG right now, for all of you that are typing the letters TTG right now inside a chat, I want to make sure that you guys fully understand exactly how you can join the True Trading Group platform and what we have working for you guys here today. Let me see here. Where are we even at? So you guys can go to ttgoffer.com and then enter the coupon code TTG121, and that will drop the price all the way down to still $10.27, which is a 53% discount off of the annual membership of True Trading Group because it's usually $2,212. Okay, so it's usually $2,212. All right. You enter the coupon code TTG121. The price drops to $10.27. All right, we're going to buy. We have no more laptops, but Adam and I spoke earlier. We're going to buy 10 of them because people are really loving these laptops apparently. So we don't have any more from our wholesaler, but we'll just buy 10 of them. It costs us more money, but that's what we'll only buy 10 of them for the next 10 people that do want to join. And you'll get a free laptop. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members in over 100 different countries. But it also gives you a one-on-one mentor session with myself, Jess, or any one of the other Wolf, any one of the other mods that are on the platform. You guys can do a one-on-one with either one of us to make sure you get started off on the right foot, and we identify your weaknesses and how we can make adjustments to improve on your trading before you get started. And then we'll also give you a double your money back guarantee. You see, it's quite simple. When you join True Trading Group, we believe very strongly in the platform that we've created, and we see the results that members have. So when you guys join True Trading Group, we offer a double your money back guarantee. You guys will join. You'll put up 1027. If you go through our courses, if you pass our quizzes, if you attend the study group, and you fail to make back the $1,027 at least once during your membership, then at the end of your membership, we'll give you back double your money. That's $2,054 we'll hand back to you. Nobody else is going to offer you that because nobody else is as confident in their ability to help you guys become successful than we are. We've only had to give a refund to 2.83% of our users. 78% of our members renew their membership, and we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,000 reviews. That's why I'm able to offer you this deal. Nobody else will do that for you. So the next 10 people that join will get a free laptop. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. So you just go to ttgoffer.com. You enter the code TTG121. You get access to all of our courses, all of our tools. There's no upsell for courses. It's a simplified version of the stuff I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. You're getting real professional level of education, real Wall Street training. I had to go through a 3-month educational training program, guys, before the fund let me touch $1 of their money. This is it. You get access to every single course and all of our tools. Tools from Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, Trading View. You get a simulator. You get analyst ratings, dark pool data, congressional trading data, a social sentiment scanner, unusual options activity. All of this stuff is included when you guys join the TG platform. These tools would cost you $5,000 or $6,000 a year easy if you paid for them on your own. I know that that's a lot of money, and that's why we do this for you guys, and we work deals with them to put it on our platform. It is a platform. You're not just joining to get trade alerts. Although you do get trade alerts from all the moderators in real time that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of around 80% for the last 3 years. It's still a lot more than just that. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. You'll get the 53% discount. You'll get the brand new free laptop, a one-on-one mentor session, and the double your money back guarantee. If anybody has questions about the membership at all, text us 786-505-4049. Again, the phone number is 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. Phone number is the bottom of your screen. We are an open book. You have any questions about myself, about my trading, about the mods, their trading, about the courses, the tools, text that phone number. You'll talk to a real person. We'll answer any questions that you guys have about True Trading Group. Now, for those of you that are not members, I'll show you the platform so you can actually see what you're going to get access to, what the 1027 actually gets you. Okay, I'll actually give you guys a little tour of the platform. If you're not interested in membership at all, you guys may sign off the live stream now. But make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go. Turn on your notifications to make sure that you guys never miss out on any of the live streams. We're going live again Sunday at 8:30 to go over the whole game plan for the week. So make sure you guys tune into that. So I'll show you the platform here now. Of course, you get the chat room, obviously. The chat room is where the mods and I share our screen with you. We're live with you from pre-market all the way through into the close. We're talking to you on the mic, providing market commentary, trade ideas and analysis, and answering questions throughout the trading day. And we also send out, obviously, all of our real-time trade alerts when we enter and exit trades. And then you can use the mobile app. If you can't be in front of your computer, don't worry about it. We've got you covered. The mobile app allows you to see the screen share, listen to the audio commentary, get real-time push notifications through the app whenever moderators enter and exit trades. I'm on the trial. Can I take advantage of the offer? Yes. So Alliance, if you want to take advantage of this offer, if there's anyone else that's on here that is a trial member currently and you want this deal, I highly recommend you take advantage of it because otherwise you're going to pay over $1,400 for a membership. So if you are currently a trial member, or even if you used to be a trial or you used to be an annual member, send a text message right now to 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. If you used to be a trial, are currently a trial, or used to be a member and you want this deal, text that number right now and we'll get you hooked up, and we have to whitelist your email address so you guys can get the 1027 deal. Again, it's 1027 for the whole year. There's no upsell for courses. There's no upsell for tools. You get access to all of it. You get a free laptop, and you also get a one-on-one mentor session and a double your money back guarantee. You want it now, text that number at the bottom of your screen ASAP. All right, text that number ASAP. All right. So let me continue to show you guys what you get included with your membership. So aside from the chat room, we got a code word I've got to give away here first. Guys, the code word is hotspot. The code word is hotspot. All right, the code word is hotspot. All right, so members of True Trading Group, we have a code word that we are giving out. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, don't worry about this code word. It's for members only. Members, the code word is hotspot. Hotspot is the code word. Hotspot is the code word for members of True Trading Group. So aside from obviously the chat room, you guys will get 2 small private study group sessions with mods to speed up your learning curve. You also get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed. All right, that's live, breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of our chat. That'll cost you $1,000 if you went to Benzinga directly on your own. It's included with the 1027 price point when you join TTG. Okay. You also get congressional trading data, so you can track the trades being made by members of Congress. You also get TradingView's premium charting software. That's about $600 a year if you go to TradingView directly on your own. It's included with your membership. You also get the trade ideas scanner to make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. It streams live on our platform every day. You guys get to follow along to see what's the hottest stocks and where you should focus your attention. You get ETNA's simulators, so you can practice trading stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. That way you can practice what you're learning before you risk your hard-earned cash. You get a proprietary scanner from us that can help you create custom scans. Dark pool data, unusual options, activity, options flow, all of it's included. A trading journal will track your trades and break it down to the numbers and statistics. You can see what you're doing wrong. A social sentiment scanner will tell you what stocks are being mentioned most on social media. Analyst ratings on any stock, so you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating. You get a watch list every day from the mods and I. It tells you what stocks we're looking at with a game plan and how we plan on trading them. And then you've got the courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. There's no upsell for some VIP courses after you join that cost another $1,000. We don't play games like that. Then you have a video library that has about 400 hours of additional workshops and webinars covering a variety of different topics. And then you can start attending all these workshops live once you guys become full-time members. Now, gang, listen, I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group, but I can guarantee that if you do join and you go through our courses, you pass our quizzes, you attend the study group, and are still unable to make the $1,027 membership fee back at least once during your membership, that at the end of your membership, I will give you back double, $2,054, and you can keep the free laptop. I can do that because I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. Instead of hold us accountable, we've only had to give a refund to 2.83% of our users since 2016. 78% of them renew their membership after their year is up, and over 2,000 people have left us a review on Trustpilot, and we are 5-star rated. I see the results that members have. If our refund rate was 10% or 15%, I wouldn't be able to offer you a double your money back guarantee. But because the numbers are what they are, I can, and I have no problem offering it. Nobody else will. We do. That's because I stand behind the platform that we've created, and we put our money where our mouth is. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops at $10.27. You see a laptop. That's how you know you're getting one. Once you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. So if you're watching this live stream after it's aired, if you're watching over the weekend, as long as you see a laptop, that's how you know you're getting one. If you have any questions, again, text us 786-505-4049. Send a text. If you're a previous trial, a current trial, or a previous member, you also text that phone number so we can whitelist your email so that you guys can take advantage of this deal. All right. Otherwise, guys, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, live on the True Trading Group YouTube channel right here. We're going to go through our entire game plan for next week. It's Fed week next week, Fed meeting on deck. It's going to be a wild, crazy day. Watch out. Keep your ears open for those news headlines over the weekend about the banking system. I'm sure there will be some, and then we'll talk about it all Sunday evening while we game plan for the rest of the week. I'll give you my top ideas and the stocks I'm looking at most. Okay? That's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in and joining me on this live stream. Everyone, congratulations. Those of you that hit on Coinbase, on Enphase, or if you smashed Sunrun with Jessica, congratulations. Have a wonderful, fantastic weekend, and I will see you all Sunday evening. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
See ya.